All right, y'all. I'm gonna end this episode like I always do, showing love and shouting out. And today I want to shout out you and shout you out. Uh, if you're a real one who fuck with me, uh, I'm pretty sure that you are a little unnerved right now with the results of the presidential election. Even if you live in a state like Mississippi, where I'm from, and you kind of used to Trump-like characters. Uh, you if you feel a little better when you have some federal oversight. You feel a little better when you feel like you got somebody in Washington D.C. that might can counter some of the fuck shit that goes on in your particular state. So that's why it's extra unnerving. But I wanna say something, and I've been wanting to say this for quite a long time, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. The world is actually the world is actually in the best state that it's ever been for humanity. I'm not talking about from a environmental standpoint. Okay, I'm talking about from us, from the conditions that human beings have created amongst other human beings. Humanity is currently at its greatest. You might hear that and say, "Ferg, what the fuck you talking about? The United States just elected a madman as president, and we got global warming going on first, and Russia and Ukraine over here fighting. And you got Israel murking all the Palestinians. You got shit going on in Africa that motherfuckers don't even talk about. You got shit right here at home where these young boys got these switches first, and then they just letting that bitch ride. Ferg, fuck you talking about? Y'all, hear me clearly now. Let's start with war. Once upon a time, war was just my grandmama. Let me speak on that. My grandmama was born in the 20s, the 1920s. The decade before she was born, yeah, World War One, 1914 to 1918, which at that point was the worst war in human history. Then my grandma got here in the 20s, but then you had a second World War from 1939 to 1945. Global conflicts, millions, millions dying, man. Oh, let me not forget that you had a flu pandemic, like near the tail end of World War One. Like motherfuckers really thought the world would come to an end at that time. You ever wonder why old folks be really so scared of the fucking flu? It's because of that shit. It's because of that shit. They remember that. You know what I'm saying? Like what we went through with COVID, they had already been there. But science was not good enough for them to quickly get a vaccine the way we did. Science was not there where so many of them could work from home like we did. Many of us did. God bless all of y'all that still had to go out. So you had world wars, a global pandemic. I know we just dealt with a global pandemic. We ain't dealt with world wars. Slavery used to be the norm. Now people still argue about slavery and shit like that, but it's not the norm anymore. Motherfuckers talking about the white women vote in this election. They talking about the black women vote in this election. But God damn it, once upon a time, women of any color couldn't vote in this bitch. Once upon a time, women couldn't have a fucking bank account. Once upon a time, it was slick like women were the property of their man. In 1900, the life expectancy in the United States of America was 47.3 years, 46 years for men, 48 years for women. I just turned 40. So once upon a time in America, in the year 1900, again, my grandmother was born in 1927. So like a couple decades before my grandmama was born, the life expectancy was 47 years, 46 years for a man, and being a black man, it probably was less. So once upon a time, goddammit, motherfucker like me who just turned 40 would be anticipating checking about this bitch soon. Now life expectancy is in the 70s. Late 70s. Keep yourself together. You might make it to 80 and above. Y'all get my point, hopefully. I can go on and on and on with these motherfucking analogies. My point is, once upon a time, shit was more fucked up than it is right now. But real folks throughout history have done a lot of shit to keep pushing this shit forward, whether it was some kind of invention, whether it was some kind of goddamn innovation, whether it was some medical breakthrough, whether it was some fight that they had to goddamn stand on, whether it's a civil rights fight, whether it's a women's rights fight, whatever the fucking case, people kept pushing it forward, man. And now that shit is on us. The shit is on us. Because while that orange motherfucker trying to take this shit backward, it's on us to say, fuck that, dog. Fuck that. Yeah, you got you 4 more years in this bitch, but we gonna do whatever the fuck we gotta do to keep this shit pushing forward. So it's on us. It's on us. So let's do the work. Let's do the work. All right? So shout out to you and keep pushing it forward. And shout out to all y'all real ones out there. This has concluded episode 216 of the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some. I appreciate y'all for being down with me. Please follow me across all social media platforms. Feel free to hit that Cashapp, PayPal, however you want to give. That helps my company as we continue on our mission to be the one-stop shop for Black culture. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. As always. 1.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?